Hello everyone, this is Raven here, taking a look at the Dark Elves campaign today. So today I just kind of want to highlight a couple of different parts of this video, and it's going to be the slave mechanics that are finally 100% confirmed for the Dark Elves, so that's cool. So something they mentioned was that if you have a bunch of slaves in a city with really bad climate, you're going to have huge public order penalties. So I'm not sure if climate plays a part in this, or if he was just using it for an example, because climate never played a part really in the public order of your settlements in Total War Warhammer 1, excuse me. But they could in this one, who knows? We'll see. But for sure, the amount of slaves you have does affect the happiness of your different cities. So Nagaron right here has the most, but they have a plus 19, but they currently have a military force in there. And so how you get slaves to go to certain cities is you select it right here. So this is like this tab right here, or column, should I say, is don't send any more, send more, and I'm not sure what this third one is. It could just be like spread it out evenly or something, I don't know. But if you select certain ones, be like, oh yes, add more slaves, they'll go there evenly split between however many slaves you capture after a battle. And something else to note about slaves is that their rituals also cost slaves, so let me go ahead and find that real quick too. Can't remember where it was in this video. Here it is. So it was just right before this. So right here it says 750 slaves for it. And then if we skip forward just a little bit, they only have 294 right here because they actually performed a ritual right here, which costed 375 slaves. So they did confirm also with this ritual, this is how you get the Black Arcs right here. So you have to perform this highest ritual. It takes once every 25 turns, I believe you can do this. And I don't know how long it actually takes to do. I think it's just going to be an immediate kind of thing. But it does cost, looks like, I would say, definitely a lot of slaves because he doesn't have nearly that many right now. So that's very, very nice to see. So you could probably see several Black Arcs coming out of the Dark Elves for sure because I don't think there's going to be a limit on this. So it says this right will become available after 11 turns. So I'm not sure if that's a countdown to how many turns it's going to take for him to get that many slaves. Maybe they just produce slaves over time. I doubt it. Pretty sure slaves are just going to die off slowly, and they're going to have buildings to prevent that. Because like right here, it says slave decline rate plus 50% in this ritual. So you'll be seeing your slaves die, 50% faster, which is probably not good because you really need that economy. So you do get the income from slaves, a little bit of a bonus there, but them all dying is going to hurt you in the long run. So very interesting mechanics here, and really nothing else. He talked about being able to use the Black Arc to bombard by moving it up on the coastline close to cities, or setting it to certain stances that provided a replenishment buff for your forces that are near it. So that's pretty interesting too, but overall, there wasn't too much happening. And then in the end here, it started talking about so we're going to go ahead and watch him click begin ritual, and then it starts talking about how when you begin this ritual, it makes the Great Vortex weaker because you start to pull from it a little bit with your powers and your rituals, trying to, augment what's happening within it, and then turn chaos forces just start slipping through it and start spawning all over the world. So if we take a look right here, these three cities, go back real quick. So these three cities are going to be where this ritual is actually happening. So every time you're able to complete a ritual at each one of these 5 steps, it'll be like these cities, protect them, or it's going to fail. Now, I'm not sure if you have to lose all 3 of these or just 1 of the 3 or 2 of the 3 for it to fail, but obviously protecting all 3 of these cities would be in your best interest. So he starts pulling back all of his forces to Nagaron, Harkalja, and Kael'ra. So, and then in return, like I said, chaos forces start slipping out. So we're going to go ahead, watch this little cinematic. It's going to go through all the different cities that you need to protect. And then it's going to go be like, oh, look, you're pulling from the vortex right now. And you can see the Dark Elves are doing it, and the High Elves are also doing it. There's 3 cities that the High Elves are taking control of. Or not taking control of, but have the ritual being performed in currently. And you can see all these different forces of chaos spawning. So 2 or 3 armies right there. And then if we skip forward, he actually introduces another mechanic that we haven't heard of yet. And it was the contingency response force or something like that. I can't quite remember. We'll go ahead and see what it was. Let it play out for just a moment. So he starts talking about their ritual. And Let's see. Oh, right here. It's actually a little bit further back. So it's called an intervention force. So you can pay 2,000, 5,000, or 10,000 gold for a tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3 response force to try and stop somebody from doing their ritual. So over here, it looks like Lothorn, and then the city over here, I forgot its name, but there's 3 cities that the High Elves have that are performing this ritual. So when you click this ability, I'm not sure how you choose where they spawn, because you just kind of clicked it, and they just kind of showed up over here. So I was like, all right, maybe it just shows up somewhere on screen randomly for where you're looking, but I was like, then what if they just spawn over here or some random shit? But I guess it's just, oh, it says the city right here. So never mind. Forget what I was saying. I'm talking nonsense. They spawn near this exact city that's listed right here for this intervention. So it's an AI controlled faction, and they'll just he says they just do their best, and they're given units based on how much you pay to try and stop whatever it is as best they can. So I don't know if there's any units here in Lothorn or not. They're kind of in the dark, barely covered by that fog of war, but he's going to do a desperate intervention here. So the lizardmen are actually besieging this settlement, and it looks like about a 15 to 17 stack army. And then you have a full 20 stack Dark Elf force that's got summoned here, but it did cost him 10,000 gold. But if you take a look, he has all these guys, including a War Hydra. Oh boy. So it's like, you know, pretty much just a free army. So you really had to make sure you're prepared to defend your place, like all your cities, or something like this. The AI could do this to you. And I feel like AI, if they're all in good places, like the main factions, all 3 of them, like all 3 of the major races, could do this in return to you. Be like, oh yeah, all of us are going to summon a desperate intervention against you, which would be super shitty, just seeing 3 20 stacks just get summoned right by your cities. That would be terrible, but you know, it is what it is. We'll see how it plays out. And he said that tomorrow they'll be continuing this Let's Play by showing off this battle right here. Sorry for the poor quality. It's, you know, a video. I didn't even have it on 1080p, so my bad. But it's going to be rendered by YouTube as it got uploaded, then it's going to be rendered by YouTube again as I upload it myself. So unfortunate to see it like that. But next video, we'll get to see how that bombardment skill works for the Black Ark. So stay tuned tomorrow. I'll try and wake up a little bit earlier. I slept in today and slept through this. I didn't get it to you guys as early as I could. But I'll definitely be covering that battle and seeing how the Black Ark works and see how all these different units work, because it's going to be the first time we're seeing a siege with the Dark Elves instead of just their quest battle, the Destroyer, with the Malekith army that we saw, where he sends that Vanguard force and they just get slaughtered and you come in and just clean up the scraps. So very interesting stuff. So excited. I feel like Dark Elves are becoming like my favorite faction now. Like I really enjoyed seeing the Skaven, and they're a very interesting faction for sure, but like I'm starting to feel more and more inclined towards playing the Dark Elves, but we'll have to see. Lots of interesting factions, and I'm not sure what kind of dragon this is. It could be a moon dragon or a star dragon. Definitely don't think it's going to be a fire dragon, because it doesn't look all orange and fiery, so because that's what they said that it's supposed to look like. We'll have to see. Or a sun dragon. I can't remember what I just said. Sun dragons are the weakest, but hopefully it's a new type of dragon and we can see what it is. And I don't think the Lord's going to have any kind of special mounts, and neither will this wizard either. So he might. I don't know. I can't see what level he is, but we could see something interesting coming out of him. But very interesting force overall for these guys. So very excited to see that battle. But as always, guys, tune in tomorrow for the next video on this. And if you like what you saw, go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comment down in the comment section down below if you want to leave any tips or tricks or advice on what I should do for my videos to help you enjoy them, or what I could do better. Just, you know, anything like that. Just let me know. And as always, guys, I will catch y'all later.